though I did a lot of walking on my own and a lot of door knocking on my own, they did come out when I gave the call. They all came out to help me. So, you know, that I'm really, truly grateful to them.
Well, that's amazing. You know, I wanted to talk about, you know, your future into politics. I mean, how, you know, how do you feel?
Future into politics.
Yeah.
Listen, before I even won, people were saying, "Oh, right, Asher, you got to go for MP."
Yeah.
Listen, I got elected by the electorate in St George West. You know, it is important for me over the next 4 years that I do a really great job for my ward, and you know, so I want to be a really great councillor before I start having ambitions of, you know, higher office or anything. There's a lot of work to be done, not locally but also across Bristol. So, you know, Marvin's given me a few little works to do to get things moving, but change is coming in this city, trust me.
Well, it is exciting having Marvin Rees as our new mayor.
Listen, the best thing Bristol could have ever done. You know, a man of integrity, honesty, a man of the people. You know, which other mayor do you know you can just walk down the street and kind of high-five him and just, accessible, you know, when his diary is not, and he's real and he keeps it real.
Incredibly intelligent man who can think for himself.
Most definitely.
And it's exciting, isn't it?
And you know something? He will build a legacy, and we all will, because one of the things that I want to do is I want to try and encourage more women, more black women to kind of get involved in politics too. I'm not going to be here forever and a day. No. So, you know, I don't mind mentoring. If there's anyone out there who wants a bit of mentoring in politics or what have you, you know, I'm here to open the door. That's what I've been about.
I'm sure that is one of the most incredible things I've heard, because you are an inspiration and an incredible role model, and that's what our younger people, our youngers need, isn't it?
Yeah, a lot of people say what drives me. I think what drives me is injustice, inequality. You know, I've been doing this since I was 19. I never asked permission from anybody to step up. I just stepped up. Something needed to be done, and I'm not looking any thanks. I'm not looking any platitudes. You know, I'm just happy to do my bit and then pass it on and move on to the next challenge.
I can see that. You are a really genuine person, and that comes across, you know, it really does. I wanted to talk to you about all your other work, but we've actually,
we've run out of time.
Well, it's one of those days, isn't it? It's a really poignant day today, and so of course we had to discuss, you know, that we're now out of Europe. So, but you are, one of the things I really wanted to talk about just quickly is you're a trustee for Fairfield House.
Oh yes, okay. Yeah. Well, that is the most important thing to me. Many people won't know, because I only found out because people were telling me, but I think I'm the first Rasta woman.
You're the first Rastafarian councillor in the Southwest.
Yeah, Southwest, I think in Europe.
Well, I was trying to check that out,
and already I've got university colleagues wanting to do kind of piece of work with me on that one, and the challenge, because obviously in terms of Rastafari, we don't really, you know, the ideal is that we don't actually get involved in the politics or politrics, as we would like to call it, but things are moving. It's 2016. You know, Bob Marley, even though he was not directly elected, he used his music you know, as a political voice and to bring people together. So that's going to be interesting to see how kind of that evolves. But in terms of Fairfield House,
I don't want to interrupt, but it's just what shocked me last week was talking to a load of young people as well, young black people, who didn't realise that Rastafarianism was a religion. Yeah. You know, and the emperor, So maybe you could just very briefly just explain differently.
Well, it's you know what? I'm going to leave that for another programme. Okay. You know why? Because there are many different mansions. There are many, you know, we've got Nyabingi, I'm 12 tribes, and that has with it its own, it's kind of like having Catholic and Christian, and it's a long discussion that needs to be had for another day. Yeah. But happy to have that debate at some time.
Okay, so Fairfield House.
Fairfield House is the former home of His Imperial Majesty Emperor Haile Selassie. He in 1936, when the Mussolini invaded Ethiopia, he sought sanctuary here in the UK, and he bought Fairfield House, and he lived there with his family and I suppose his government in waiting in Bath from 1936 to 1941, and for the last 22 years the house has been home to the Bath ethnic minorities senior citizens.
Well, did he will it to the city of Bath when he
willed
died?
it, yes, well, he became a freeman of the city, and when he became a freeman of the city, he actually handed the home over to the City and Corporation of Bath, and we have in turn, we're in the middle of negotiating a